welcome everybody. And today we got the STG Tour Talk Masters Edition.
Heck yeah.
Pretty excited. Masters Week comes around only once a year.
Yeah, it's the best week of the year. I freaking love the Masters. I'm so excited.
It's going to be great. Course apparently is in great shape as always.
Yeah.
Immaculate field.
Yeah. Stacked. I'm so excited. With all the live guys firing as much as they are right now coming in, I think it's going to be a great week. I'm pretty pumped.
It is going to be very special. We got Rambo out there just crushing it. Bryson DeChambeau. We got, P. Reed left live, but we got P. Reed. It's going to be a special, special week.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And Augusta is obviously in perfect condition, but the forecast looks awesome. It's the best for a reason. It's awesome. It makes my fingers tingle,
So let's get right into it. What makes the Masters so special?
Well, I was watching videos coming up to the week just about how all the lore and all the excitement behind it, and it is the craziest thing ever. Like the fact that they handpicked every little detail of this place to create the best tournament of all time is friggin' awesome. No phones, cheap food. It's dead silent all the time. There's no fans, only patrons. It's just the ultimate epitome of the experience you want when you go to a golf course.
No running.
Yeah, no running. It's awesome. I love it.
What they've done is basically a dictatorship of the tournament, which makes it so special and what it has become today.
Yeah, and people get mad at everyone else in the world right now for following rules and becoming those, people that shun certain aspects of life. But hey, everyone loves the Masters for a reason. They do it right. And yeah, it's just the best, honestly.
Well, one of the great things it's the only major played every year at the exact same course.
Yeah, because it's perfect. You can't mess it up.
So one of the great things is everybody knows the holes, the build up. The players have played this course so many times, some of them now that they're really, some of them I wouldn't say mastered the course, but know it so well that they can make a lot of birdies, make a lot of eagles, and make for exciting TV.
Yeah, dude. I think that, a part of the lore thing I was talking about earlier is that they've handcrafted this, like Augusta specifically, to be perfect in terms of watching it on TV and watching it in person. And so I just think that everything, the no sponsorships going around, no clutter, it's just raw, pure golf. And it is, it's a sight for everybody that doesn't watch golf. It's like, dude, it's like Christians that don't go to church all year and then they go to only Christmas. This is Christmas.
It is definitely Christmas for golfers. I mean, they have manicured and curated and right down to sometimes the last blade of grass around this facility. So it's the epitome of golf, really.
Yeah, I agree. It's the promised land, really. It's friggin' the fact that it's so exclusive makes it even better. And the merch, even that fact that they make so much money in merch just because everyone knows that it's so exclusive and so cool, and you don't really get that chance. Some people never get the chance to go, whether they want to or not. And some people only get to go once. Some people go a lot, but hey, it's rare.
The 1 year I was actually supposed to fly to Augusta to go to the tournament, a very good friend of mine was playing for the Augusta Lynx in the Central Hockey League, and he'd been there 3 or 4 years, and I think they went to the Masters every single time. And of course, the year that I'm supposed to go, he gets traded.
Wow, that's terrible.
So that was disappointing, but I'll make it there someday.
So you had tickets lined up, ready to go.
We were going to go because they had, being from living in Augusta, a lot of people have tickets. So if you know the right people, you can definitely get in.
That's awesome. The what year would that have been for you?
Oh, that
Do you
was
know?
probably 2007, 2008.
So that was 2007, 2008. So do you know who won?
I do not remember who won that year, but I did not get to go, so
Oh, so you were mad.
I wasn't mad. I'll get to go. I'll maybe make it there someday. It's the hollow ground where champions have all the champions of golf have won.
Oh, so you're saying that there's some ballers that aren't considered champions?
Are you a legend if you did not win the Masters?
Yes, yes, I think some people are. But no, I did hear, like, obviously the Masters is the epitome of golf, and it is the best. I heard someone talking about how Rory last year, for example, was less concerned about, the Grand Slam versus the fact that he just would never be able to be introduced into the Masters winner circle. And I kind of agree. I think the Masters is like it is the best. I think that it's, the majors are obviously what they are. They're the best four tournaments of the year, but the Masters is unanimous number one. So it would have been, sad for Rory to never make or win the Masters, but hey, he got it done. So
Well, what'll be interesting is to see like Phil Mickelson was the best player to never win a major at one point.
yeah,
That was his adage, and he would find a way to blow it almost every time. He'd be in contention, and then he comes up, he wins the Masters, gets the monkey off his back, and from there, I think once you get that first major, it's a lot easier to win another one. So it's going to be interesting to see with Rory, now that he has that first Masters, will he win another one, and will there be more majors to come?
I don't know, dude. I think there's still a lot of like, with Rory specifically, I think there's a lot of like pressure on him to prove himself still, even though like obviously he's done everything, that he needs to do to be considered one of the greats. But I think in Rory's mind, he might have a little, runner, like he needs to prove himself again, that he's not just, got lucky the one time, even though he's been close a lot. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, this weekend. So, but I think that being the one handing off the green jacket, you kind of do have to, perform and play well again just because.
Let's go back to the got lucky one time. What are you talking about? Got lucky one time. Rory
No, no.
has crushed it. Are you
Yeah.
talking one time with the Masters?
Yes, dude. I'm saying that the Masters specifically, he didn't get lucky one time. I'm saying that there are haters and doubters that could say that because, he missed the 4-foot putt or whatever it was to push to a playoff, and then he won the playoff. But I'm just saying, like, other people might say, that it was lucky and that he might have just, barely gotten by, whatever. But if he comes back and keeps performing and maybe wins another Masters or even another major, like he's just really at this point, he's solidifying it. But I think, in his mind, hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I think Rory's got at least 2 more majors in him.
Okay. I'd take your bet on that, to be honest, but maybe I'm just one of those haters I was talking about. What moving into this week, okay? We all want to know. Well, I've asked you 3 times now, I think, who you got winning, but we're going to go a little deeper than that. So give me one winner, 2 top 5s, and someone you think is going to miss the cut.
So I'm going to go with Bryson DeChambeau for the victory.
Okay.
He is coming off back-to-back wins on the Live Tour, playing phenomenally. U.S. Open victory last year. And he's just a great player. He gets the crowd fired up. He's really changed his image. I think he's fantastic. So I'm going to go with Bryson DeChambeau for the winner.
Okay.
I'm going to go right behind that. I'm going to go Patrick Reed.
Nice.
Also has been playing very well. He's coming out of live, and he's won the Masters previously, so he's one of my top picks. And then I'm going to go John Rahm, also a past champion,
Mm-hmm.
also playing well, getting a lot of seconds and thirds. But those are my guys.
Yeah, I like that. Do you have anyone? Oh, sorry. Who do you think is going to let down the patrons this week by missing the cut, even though everyone wants to see him succeed?
Jason Day,
Oh yeah,
just for wearing that Malbon bird gear.
yeah. The bird gear I don't think is nearly as jarring as the fishing gear that he's supposed to wear. Either was it today or tomorrow? I don't know, but either way.
Well, word on the street is that Augusta National told him not to wear the bird pants, so he will not be wearing those.
Yeah, but he got the green light for the jacket. So, anyways, yeah, I think that for my picks, I'm down a similar road, but I think Xander Schauffele, my pick I said last week, is still my front runner. He's a baller. He always plays well. It feels like at the Masters, he's never been able to get it quite done, but he's my pick. He's coming into it hot, and yeah, I got him winning. Top fives. I think I got Bryson DeChambeau, and I want to say John Rahm, but I'm gonna give it to Matsuyama instead. A legend in the game, former winner. He always shocks me on Masters Week how good he plays. So I'll give him a top five. And then my letdown of the week, which may be a crazy hot take, but I think Rory is going to miss the cut. He's going to come out, he had too much friggin' wine and champagne at the Masters dinner, and something's going to happen to his back. That's my guess.
A Rory missed the cut. That would be quite a turn of events.
I think it's going to happen.
I think you're dead wrong, but okay.
All right. Well, anyways, I don't, see him making the cut this week. Let's say that.
All right, let's get into some tomfoolery.
Yeah, honestly. You were mentioning there's a couple guys that you were talking to me about how they play a little too long, how they're not even competitive anymore. They're just, they were, I guess, just hanging around, and Masters had to tell them what's up.
Well, a couple of the past champions, and if you are a past champion, you get an invite every single year. And most of the guys would bow out gracefully when they knew it was time to quit playing. But there's two that really stand out. One, Billy Casper, who played far too long and was well known for missing the cut, and even 1 year shot 106.
Yeah, that's tough scene for a former champion.
Now, it makes you wonder, do they just love being there so much and playing the course that they'd be willing to go out there? And a 106 for a past champion, that's humiliating. You shouldn't be out there. You're slowing the other players down. You're taking the spot from guys that should be there. So I know that Augusta, after some of these guys kept showing up and playing badly, finally have whispered in guys' ear, okay, it's time for you to hang them up this year. And I think they'll give them their swan song farewell.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're telling me about the other guy, Doug Ford, who he had quite the run going. And to keep it alive, he played one hole and then called it a day.
Well, the story goes, I believe there's a small fee that you get just for showing up at Augusta, just getting in the field.
Oh, yeah.
So he had played, it was 49 Masters in a row, and he was well known for playing the first hole and then withdrawing.
Right. Did it only happen once or
I
more
believe
than
when he
once?
pulled that stunt, they did tell him, "Okay, Doug, that's your last run at this."
Yeah, because I pulled up the stats and he had 49 in a row, I believe, until that stunt happened. I think he was trying to reach 50.
It's quite possible, but any player that shows up, plays one hole, and withdraws is, I mean, you've tarnished your image greatly.
Yeah, he was almost 80, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
that's hilarious. But so let's get into what's your favorite memory, I guess, of the Masters, either watching it or, watching highlights, whatever. Whatever gets you going about the Masters, what is your favorite story?
Well, there's a ton of like awesome memories that I've had. Usually, my brother comes over, my dad comes over. It's definitely the only golf tournament of the year that we would actually get together and watch together.
Yeah, that's fair.
So some of the big ones over the years, I remember Tiger Woods 1997 when Mike Weir won. That was a huge win for Canada, just seeing him be able to pull that off. Again, Tiger in 2019. So basically 2 Tigers and a Mike Weir.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. Tell me more about Tiger in 19.
19, that was an emotional day for all Tiger fans.
Yeah, fair. I mean,
Just
everyone.
some of the moments, like him standing on the green after all the other guys had put it in the water, just intimidating them while they have to hit their third shot over the water again, over Rays Creek, and just you knew that it was his chance to win one more Masters.
Yeah, I mean, he's the greatest of all time for a reason. So, it's obviously pretty special. I never got to watch like early Tiger in the Masters because I was an infant. But did you watch Tiger growing or going through like 1999 and so on and so forth, and how dominant, let's say, was he back then?
So I went from being a Tiger fan to not being a Tiger fan because he won everything.
Mm,
And when guys are winning everything, you almost, well, I did. I started cheering for other people to beat him
interesting.
because it was too many victories.
Right.
He was so dominant that he was just killing everyone. So I remember when Yi Yang, I believe it was the PGA Championship, beat him. I was actually cheering for Yi Yang.
That's insane. But hey, I mean, honestly, everyone online is ripping me right now because I, had a video about Tiger. But considering golfing wise, a lot of debate online of who the best athlete of all time is. And I think that if you consider golf to be a sport, which I do, some people don't, but if you consider it to be a sport, then Tiger is unanimously far ahead of every other athlete in terms of dominating his sport. So, I love watching Tiger golf, and I wish that I was, not 2 years old when he was dominating, but hey.
You always look back and think, I should have watched more of the tournaments. I should have thought, because you never think it's going to end.
Yeah,
When
that's
people
fair.
are playing at the highest level, you just, you almost start to take it for granted. And it's like, you look, the Mount Rushmore of the greatest athletes of all time: Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, and maybe Dale Earnhardt.
Okay. You really ruined your moment there.
No, those are it, man. The Intimidator,
What are you talking about,
Tiger
dude?
Woods,
Yeah,
Michael
Tiger.
Jordan,
I agree with those.
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
No. You have to put a soccer player in there instead of Dale Earnhardt.
I don't know any soccer players.
Well, there's something. Basketball player,
Hey,
maybe?
I got caught up.
Or, sorry.
I got a little caught up in the moment.
Yeah, you
and
really did.
The Intimidator made the list. Okay, let's throw Ayrton Senna up there too.
Who?
Ayrton Senna, the greatest Formula One driver of all time. My cousin's named after him.
That's also kind of crazy. But hey, you get whatever you want. Tiger is number one though. I will say that.
Unbelievable player.
Yeah, he's the best. Okay, give me your Augusta hot take. What do you think about the Masters, or not the Masters, but Augusta National in general? What's your biggest hot take?
Well, there's a story that comes around every single year that is absolutely priceless. So they show a guy and he's at the gates and he's talking to a security guard. He has his clubs on a pull cart. He's all dressed up, ready to go. He's got his golf shoes on and he's bought a practice round ticket. And he actually thinks that he's going to walk in and play his practice round at Augusta National.
There's no way he actually believed it, but yeah, that's hilarious.
And every year it pops up, and every year you look at it and you're like, hey, I can see how there was a little misunderstanding there. But I believe he was a Japanese gentleman, so maybe there was some, language barrier or something there. But can you imagine if he would have got in and actually got to play?
They should have let him play. That would be awesome. Could you imagine? They're like, all right, this one time we'll let you on.
All right, well, hey, you're so outlandish. You showed up here with your clubs. Let's get you out with the boys.
That's so funny. That would be awesome. It's a bold move, and I love it. Even if he knew what he was doing, I still love it just for the lore. But you missed the point of hot take. Just saying. That's a great story. I love it. Your hot take, dude. What is something that only you believe that other people would disagree with about Augusta?
Well, there's quite a few things, actually.
Okay, let it rip.
But what are you trying to get at? Like, do you have any thoughts on some of the changes over the years at Augusta?
I don't, but you do. You've mentioned that, Augusta being a boys only club would be ideal. So I want you to tell me and people why that is.
Well, I actually, in college, I took a speech giving course. I can't remember what the exact name of the course was, but I'll never forget the speech that I did was whether they should let women into Augusta National Golf Club.
Into or to be members of?
Into being members.
Oh, okay.
And, previous chairmans always stood their ground and said, absolutely not. This is a men's club and we're keeping it that way. And then they finally caved. And a lot of clubs, in the United States, there wasn't as many men's clubs in Canada, but they've also caved to the mob.
Yeah, because why not?
Well, it's not that they wouldn't let women play the golf course. They wouldn't let women be members.
Yeah, but I get that, but why?
Well, there's a double standard here because you look at there's a golf club in Toronto that's women's only.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's a funny thing when women want to be a member of a men's only club, they will not stop until they get into that club. But when women have women only clubs, men don't actually want to be part of those clubs. We leave those clubs for the women because that's their club. So I always find it, women, make your own clubs. We have men's clubs. You can have your women's clubs and just let's keep them separate.
This is an insane take. Why? I understand, having exclusivity about things that you can change, Like if you have no, if you're a dirty slob, I don't want you in my house. But, if you can clean yourself up and have a change of heart, then you're allowed in. But if you have no choice of whether you are female or male, then you can't really discriminate against that, can you?
It's about tradition, Nick.
Okay.
So if you have a tradition and your club is a men's club, then no one should tell you that you have to change it and pressure you to change that club to a club for everyone.
Yeah, but that's the thing is they decided internally to allow it to be a
So
club for most people.
even the Masters had to cave to the woke mob.
That's insane, but okay. Sure. That's a
Hey,
really hot take. I
all
asked for a
I'm
hot take. You
all
gave me
I'm
one.
saying is that if Augusta wanted to stay a men's only golf club, which there are quite a few still around the United States, that should have been their choice. But the media got a hold of it. Famous women's lawyers got a hold of it. And they made a huge deal of it until the club didn't want the bad publicity anymore. So they were basically forced in to changing the tradition of the club. And I don't agree with that shit.
I just don't know if I don't know if Augusta is the club that would cave on that because they don't cave on anything. They are hand designing everything to be what it should be.
The media just wouldn't stop with it. It was just always the topic every year, every year, every year. So finally, they did let some women in. I think Condoleezza Rice is a member. I don't know the other members, but they did let in some high profile, very powerful women around the world into the club.
So, how did they become members? Because, I thought that you had to either win the Masters or be, one of the original members or whatever to be
No,
a member.
members are hand chosen.
Interesting. I didn't know
And
that.
just because you win the Masters does not mean you're a member.
Oh, I thought that was how it worked.
No. Haven't you seen all the controversy with Gary Player wanting to bring his grandkids out and they said, sorry, no, you cannot get a tee time?
Oh, interesting.
Find a member to bring you.
Gary
So,
Player
Gary Player,
is not a member.
no,
Oh,
not a
I
member,
didn't know that.
couldn't even get a tee time.
So who are the members?
There's 60 members.
And they're all the founding members or original.
They are handpicked. You do not apply. You are invited.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Awesome. That's crazy. I love Augusta. Bring me back. Just kidding. I've never been there. Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of, the membership thing, a cool thing I heard about the Green Jacket and how the Green Jacket came about is that when they made the course or club, I guess, that they gave all the members green jackets so that you would know who the members are and that you could go ask them anything that you needed or whatever, and they would know. They know their way around. They know everything about the course, yada, 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 which is a cool story, just the Green Jacket in general. And yeah, that's why I assume that all the winners were members is because they hand out green jackets. I guess it's just honorary at this point, but that's cool that there's, they maintain that 60 member number and never really go above that. That's cool.
Another thing not a lot of people know about Augusta is just how undulating it is, how hilly it is compared to other courses. Some of the 18th hole, I've been told, is you're walking right up a hill. Very, very steep hill, actually. The cameras don't do it justice.
Yeah, well, the other thing I heard Akshay Bhatia talking about how when he got there the first time or played there the first time, it caught him off guard how pitched the tee decks were. So a lot of the tee decks aren't just flat like everywhere else. They're like they mess with you and they try and get you to hit a certain shot on certain holes, and it's like way harder than you even realize on TV because there's so much more going on than even you think.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not just the pine straw and the second cut that's, throwing you off in terms of the course. The tee decks are all pitched slightly differently. Well, I think some of them are. I think the first one is fairly normal because, that's where everyone gets rolling. But I think that, he was mentioning that a lot of them are funky.
I mean, there's so many wacky stories about Augusta that just don't, Gary McCord said one wrong thing on a telecast, banned for life. Banned for life.
Yeah.
He said the greens were faster than a girl after a bikini wax.
Yeah, ban
He
them, dude. That's a terrible
never
comment.
got to telecast again.
Good.
Hey,
I just don't
but
think.
there's a lot of other things. You call them fans. That could get you in big trouble. They're
Yeah, I don't think they
patrons.
would be as that aggressive about it. They probably wouldn't let you do it again, but I mean, making comments like that at Augusta is a bit aggressive. Augusta holds this standard. That's the other cool part about it is that they hold the standard so aggressively that they won't allow you to mess up the reputation of Augusta because it's so perfect all the time.
One thing, Augusta posted a picture of one of the cabins the other day where the amateurs play. And they had this absolutely beautiful ashtray in the cabin with a beautiful pack of matches in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would like to know is if you were there and you were in one of these cabins and I wanted to rip a cig or blaze a cigar, is that allowed? The ashtray's there, the matches are there to light it. Is that allowed, or is that strictly for show?
No, I think you're probably allowed. I would say so. I don't know. They seem like they got enough swag in them to let you rip a dart inside if you need to.
I just found it interesting that they would even have an ashtray and matches still sitting there.
Yeah, I don't know. There is a lot of stuff for show, so who knows? The fact that they paint the fairways and dye the water and all that stuff just to make it picture perfect, they might just throw that in there to give the vibe of old school.
Do you know
Keep tradition.
where they do the presentation for the green jacket is a set?
No, I didn't know that
It's
actually.
actually not in the Butler cabin.
Oh,
So they say they're in Butler cabin, but it's a TV set at Augusta.
I believe that.
No, nothing is overlooked there. I mean, they are probably have the most money of any golf club in the world.
Of course they do.
So they can do anything and make the course anything they want with an unlimited budget like that.
Yeah. Augusta National is the most perfectly curated club on the planet for a reason.
Right down to pretty much everything.
Yes. Yeah, no blade of grass is sticking out wrong. That's for sure.
So, final take here. You asked me my hot take. I think they should have stuck to their guns, stayed a men's only club. What's your hot take?
I don't know if I have one, to be honest. My hot take is that Augusta should be considered higher than the Masters should be considered a higher tournament than the other majors.
Are you calling for like a super major?
Sure. You can call it that. No, that's a whack name, but you
Well,
could call
what-
it something else, but I think it's better than the other majors.
Ultra major?
If you can make the Players the fourth major and then make the Masters the epitome of golf or whatever you want to call that tournament. It's the Masters. You're a master if you win.
Well, everyone knows that it is the tournament to win, so
Yeah, so put it higher.
I disagree. It's not a hot take, sorry.
Well, I don't care. I think
Two-tier major system.
Yeah,
You
dude.
probably want women to join the club too.
Oh,
All right.
I would love for women to join the club.
We'll talk to you later. Enjoy the Masters.
See you later.